Now, this is the time of day when things start to wind down. And if you're a parent, you know that this is also the time of day that everything quiets in the house. Supper's over, hopefully. Homework is done, of course, now with school not going on. Things are a little bit different. But this is the time of day that I remember the best because it was the quiet time. It was the quiet time when I would do the 3 Bs, bath, book, bed. I think it started with my mom. We had a set bedtime, yes. And the whole thing is that it was a wonderful time. I looked forward to it when I was a kid. I wound down and my mom read me a story. And then we prayed together. And then I got tucked in. And I felt safe and loved. I felt comforted. Well, that's why I would like to start this series called A Story, a Prayer, and a Song. And the reason I'd like to start that is because what my mom did for me in making me feel so loved, so safe, so warm, so relaxed, so comforted, is something I think is sadly lacking even in the lives of adults. And some of the things that I'm going to use on this will be children's stories. Some will be Bible stories. Some will be hymns. Some will be lullabies. Prayers will simply be whatever comes out of my mind at the moment, but always the Lord's Prayer. And of course, you've got to say that God blesses, because we always said that God blesses. So, thank you for joining me for a story, a prayer, and a song. Tonight, what I'm going to read is called, as soon as I can find it, My Little Golden Book About God. And I love it because this was one of the first series of golden books. And the golden books were my favorite readers to start with because I love to read. And I don't know when I began reading, but it's always been one of the things I've liked to do. And I read my children golden books. I would have one in my arms, one under this arm, one under this arm, and I would read them a story. And this book begins, God is great. Look at the stars in the evening sky, so many millions of miles away, that the light you see shining left its star long, long years before you were born. Yet even beyond the farthest star, God knows the way. Think of snow-capped mountain peaks. Those peaks were crumbling away, with age before the first people lived on earth. Yet when they were raised up sharp and new, God was there too. Technical difficulties as always. Bent down to touch the smallest flower, watch the busy ant tugging at his load, see the flash of jewels on the insect's back. This tiny world your 2 hands could span, like the oceans and mountains and far-off stars God planned. Think of our Earth spinning in space. To the still, soft darkness for rest and sleep. This too is God's doing. For God is good. God gives us everything we need. Shelter from cold and wind and rain, clothes to wear and food to eat. God gives us flowers, the song of birds, the laughter of brooks, the deep song of the sea. God sends the sunshine to make things grow. I wish I could show you these pictures, but they're all in black and white. And sends in its turn the needed rain. God makes us grow too with minds and eyes to look about our wonderful world, to see its beauty, to feel its might. He gives us a small, still voice in our hearts to keep us and tell us wrong from right. God gives us hopes and wishes and dreams, plans for our grown-up years ahead. He gives us memories of yesterdays so that happy times and people we love we can keep with us always in our hearts, for God is love. God is the love of our mother's kiss. The warm, strong hug of our daddy's arms. God is all the love we feel for playmates and friends and family. When we are hurt or lonely or sad, if we think of God, He is with us there. God whispers to us in our hearts, "Do not fear, I am here, and I love you, my dear. Close your eyes and sleep tight, for tomorrow will be bright. All is well, dear child. Good night." Not only did I love hearing those read from my mom, I loved reading stories to my children. They calmed me, especially little books like these that just have memories. But the stories from the Bible, because I recall my mom reading from books called Little Visits with God. And then we'd say our prayers. So let's say our prayers tonight. We'll start with the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power and the glory forever and ever. Amen. And now, what we would say would be the God blesses. And I remember mine were God bless Mommy and Daddy and Becky and Sifty and Grandma and Grandpa and on and on. But let's you and I bless people together. Lord God, we ask that you bless all of those whom we love and those whom we do not love. We ask that you care for us. Send us your grace, your wisdom from above. We ask that you show us love every day and help us to do the same to friend or foe, to all of those, for we know they bear your name. Lord, keep us steadfast in your sight and hold us when we're wrong and teach us the right path to go. Help us to be strong. Lead us in your pathways that we might not go astray, and give us all the things we need, and love us every day. Amen. And then the song, the rocking, the quiet. All things bright and beautiful, all creatures great and small, all things wise and wonderful, the Lord God made them all. Each little bird that flutters, each little bud that springs, God made their beautiful colors. He made their tiny wings. All things bright and beautiful, all creatures great and small, all things wise and wonderful, the Lord God made